Welcome back to the JCPod. I'm your host, Jaden and week 14 already? It's week 14. That means we got this week, next week, week after, week after, week after, playoffs. That's insane to think about. Playoffs are 5 weeks away. The only college basketball game this weekend is Army-Navy. All we got are bowl games and then the national championship. NBA basketball season, the end season tournament finishes up, I believe, this weekend. I believe we have 2 games tonight, 2 games tomorrow. It's going to be a great weekend of sports. You won't hear anything from me about the NBA. I am officially retired. If anything, I might take this Pacers over, but honestly, no. After last night, had Joker's points. I'll burn through this real quick, by the way, and then we'll hop right over to the Pickem board. Today's slate, Pickem, NFL bets, and then we'll maybe talk about a little bit of playoffs as I'm going through my NFL bets. But main thing I wanted to get to real quick, shout out Nikola Jokic, had 18, 11, and 8 at half. I needed him to get over, I think, 50 points, rebounds, assists. So I'm sitting there, it's oh, this is actually pretty good. He's sitting about 37 at half. Just need 13 the whole second half. He proceeded to finish with 22, 15, and 11. Somehow in the whole half of basketball, he proceeded to play the worst half of basketball that's ever been. Also lost a good amount on the Nuggets, so really upset me, and now I don't want to bet the NBA for months on end. So you might see me back on the NBA in February. But no, that sucked yesterday. I had a little bit extra change. I'm you know what, let me just put on Jokic to score 25 through that. Or there was, I don't know if it's a boost or what, but there's something for him to score 25. I'm let me just throw that in something as well. For him to score, just needed him to score 25. Would have hit that, hit something else. Needed Joker's points, rebounds, assists. Would have been okay. Needed the Nuggets to win. Would have been okay. All 3 of those somehow don't hit because. No, sorry about the little bit of NBA rant. Damn it, bro. Bitch ass chair, man. Yeah, so frustrating night on the hardwood, to say the least. So yeah, without any further ado, we will head right over to the pickup board. As you can see from last week, though, not too bad a week at all. I missed the last 3 games. It kind of dumped me down a bit, because if not, I was pretty much. I was in a second most of the day, dropped a little bit, so it's not too horrible because, yeah, all these ended up missing at the end, which was really nice because I ended up not having as many on Jacksonville as apparently everybody else did. So as you can see, I mean, they ended up finishing about the middle of the pack again, but ahead of a few people I needed to be ahead of. So now if you look on the season, we have a new leader. Shout out to Melvin, first place. But besides that, yeah, there's a little bit of ground to cover. Obviously, I'm still a little bit behind, but I mean, now the nice part is, I told you, we needed 2 good weeks in a row to get within reaching shot. Now we're within reaching shot. We got about 5 weeks. If we don't mess up these next 5 weeks, we might be able to make some magic happen. I mean, I'm happy with my pick record so far in the year, 125-68. I told you my goal is to at least be double. I think we're almost about there. Jesus, sorry, I just keep damn yawning. No, we're basically about right there. So yeah, we're gonna hopefully have another good week this week. No, we'll have another good week this week. We'll feel good. Pittsburgh, New England. I hate to say it, but New England, I'm going to have to take Pittsburgh there just simply because they're at home. Atlanta, Tampa Bay, we'll take Atlanta here. Won't be shocked if Tampa Bay wins. Detroit, Chicago. Going to take Detroit. Sorry about that. Not going to lie to you. Went to fix my chair because this chair is busted, as I mentioned on my show. Just ripped my chain right off my neck because there's a broken arm in this chair, and the arm slants slightly to the right. So, of course, when I go to fix the chair, my chain just happens to catch right on it. So, yeah, we'll be right back. I just ripped my chain off my neck, and I'm about to go punch a hole in my wall or something, so I need a second to breathe. So we'll be right back. Man, yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. That's might not look like it, but that's a pretty pricey mess up. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm fucking pissed. That was a lot of money that I just broke there. I officially need a new chair now, it seems like, because this chair won't stay up. So let's get back to football. Indianapolis, Cincinnati. I'm going to take Indianapolis here. So, yeah, sorry. It might take me a little bit to get back rolling into the system. I won't lie to you. This ruined my whole morning that I broke that shit because I already, between me and you, we'll cut off Pickem real quick, talk to the people. I have to get something with my car fixed. The heating's not kicking on, so half this winter the heat's not kicking on. So I'm going to lie. I woke up pretty frustrated this morning that I'm oh, of course, I got to fix my car. And then I wake up. It's oh, the Nuggets lost, and Jokic did what I told you. He was so close to, literally, last night I was probably pretty close to having a really big night. So I'm sitting there, it's like, oh, of course, I can't have a big night now either, so I have to fix my car. Got to let the big night happen. Mind you, these are all minor problems. I just woke up, I'm a little frustrated. Not even like angry yet, I'm just frustrated. So when we start coming on the show, it's like, you know what, this will get better. We'll talk to the people. We'll feel a lot better. Then, like I said, the chair kept messing up. I've already had you'll see some of the cuts, but I've had to cut it a few times to fix this chair. And then, of course, the one time I happened to leave my chain out of my neck early when I record, it somehow catches right along this chair, and I just rip it up. Like, I wish I could explain to you how frustrating that was to watch that happen. Like, legit, it was like it had to hit a perfect angle to wrap around this armchair and rip off. So it's just, man, it's either going to be a great weekend to make up for this shit, or we're going to be having a horrid weekend. I'm going to lie to you, though. I'm pretty frustrated. That was ripping that thing getting ripped off my neck. I mean, that's horrible, man. And guess what? I got to fix the chair again. So you're going to see another cut. Holy hell. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. That, I'm going to just try to focus up. Cleveland, Jacksonville, probably going to take Cleveland here. New Orleans, Carolina, easy New Orleans, even though they could potentially lose. Carolina has looked a little bit better with the new coaching staff. Houston Jets, easy Houston. Zach Wilson starting again. They have him starting again, but so the Baltimore Rams, I'll take Baltimore here, like them. Minnesota, Vegas. I'm going to take Vegas here. Minnesota, I'm already angry this morning. I've been angry at Minnesota this year. I'm not going to take them at all. I don't even know what they are anymore. San Francisco, Seattle. Gotta take San Francisco here after the way they played Seattle last time. Kansas City, Buffalo. It's probably gonna be my 1 or 2 pointer this week. I gotta take the home team though here. Even if Buffalo's home, I'd probably end up leading them. Honestly, the Chiefs have just been weird this year. As long as they might just be a team that needs to get to the playoffs, and once they get to the playoffs, they'll be all good. But they have some serious issues right now, bro. I'm literally gonna powerbomb this chair off my roof. Chargers, Denver. We'll go. I want to take Denver here so bad. You know what? We'll put a little flyer with Denver here. I just don't trust Brandon Staley, man. I'll take Green Bay here because they've been playing really well, so now they're going to lose this game because I took them. No, honestly, they've been playing really well. The Giants are still starting Tommy DeVito. So I think I got to go with them there. Sorry, I meant to do 2, 1, and then we'll go 3 here. Yeah, it's going to be a really small window, points-wise, for my games. 17, we'll go 24. I don't even know if they're going to score 17, if we're being honest, but that's a good, medium score for the NFL, I feel like. So I just do that for most of my teams if I could. We'll just go Indianapolis, just score about 20 points a week. Who will score the least? Probably the Giants, right? We'll just go Giants, why not? Hopefully those tiebreakers don't come into too much of a cause, because I won't lie to you, I'm not feeling good about them this week. I just chose 2 random ones. Now we go through the fun part, the numbers. 15 most confident of the day. Can I pick none of these? We'll go 13 there. Colts over Cincinnati, we'll put a 6 on. Detroit, Chicago. I mean, I won't lie to you. I should probably put way more in this game. I just have a feeling Chicago might steal it. Weather might be bad. If the weather's bad, that's just like a perfect game. Screams Justin Fields for whatever reason. The ball out. Atlanta, Tampa Bay. We'll go. By the way, I really apologize for how today's episode's going to be. That breaking. I got flustered this morning really bad with that stuff. That got me good. I ain't gonna lie. That got me really good. Houston, I guess we'll go 8 here. Baltimore. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be a weird week for numbers. I just don't know what I like anywhere. $10, I guess we'll go 11 here. We can go put our 12 there. So we just need our 15 still. I'll probably, honestly, we'll put our 15 here. 14, I guess, can go. We'll put a 9 there. 14. Man, I don't know where to put the 14. I'm not going to lie. Probably here, I guess. And then I don't know where to put my 13 now. We'll look for another high number. I guess we'll go here. I don't feel the best about it. Vegas, we'll go 9. You know what? We'll just put an 11 on Pittsburgh. We'll risk. And then this one doesn't matter too much. Alright, I think that's what we'll do it with. Sorry for just the noise filler towards the end. I was just lost a little bit on the numbers. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking for the week. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Breaking my chain before my picks went live. That has me all. Doesn't have me feeling too good. I won't lie. Usually, I'm a big vibes guy too. Like, don't get me wrong. I look up numbers, look up all these stats. I'm a big vibes guy. If vibes are high on a team or vibes are going well, it's like, hey, usually that's a good sign. I've been frustrated I told you guys before, I was frustrated going to last night. Woke up this morning frustrated a little bit. Broke my chain already. So vibes are not doing too well over here. So we'll see how it goes for Pickem. Hopefully this doesn't translate into Sunday or today. I'm hoping that we can keep it going strong because, like I said, 26 away from third. Third at least gets paid, so that's my goal, to at least get third, and then we will try to mess around and steal it this year. I mean, we're flirting with the chance to. I mean, I tied for the second best pick record. I just got to be slightly better, pick a few more games better. Took a few dogs this week. Hopefully that's the case. We'll do good. But yeah, I'll see everybody back on the gridiron. Man, boy. I'll tell you what, we're finding some adversity today on this show. So we're going to move into, I guess, NFL bets. That's going to do it for Pick'em today. Like, I'm really sorry for the mess today. This chain thing has me messed up, dude. It's like it's a part of me, man. No, I'm just playing. But no, in all truly honesty, like I probably shouldn't have got as frustrated as I got, but it's one of those things where it's like, I had a bad string of stuff happen, so I finally just got pissed off. So yeah, we're gonna go with Army-Navy real quick this weekend. I lean Army. I think Army -2.5. That's my lane, but I don't know. We'll see. It should be an interesting game. Army-Navy means a lot for those of you who know the college football world, and for those of you who don't, I mean, I honestly, personally, I don't know how big of this game is. Like, I know it's big, but I can't tell you like the magnitude, like compared to compared to this. It's just there's a reason they leave it for a sole weekend by itself at the end of the year. It's big honor for the Army and Navy cadets. They get to play in it and everything. It's a really awesome spectacle. Show off the Army and Navy. And I mean, they didn't have two horrible seasons. Army ended up saving their season a little bit. Navy didn't have too bad of a season at all. I think they're both 5-6. I think this is a potential bowl eligibility game if one of them win. It's going to be a big game. But yeah, so I'm going to lean Army there, but I don't know for sure. Going into Thursday, I'm not going to lie to you. You'll have to check out Stand On Sports for... I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't know if I'm going to have actually an article tonight for this game. Steelers favored by 6 with Mitch Trubisky is way too much. The first touchdown score is +200. I don't know who the hell's going to score a touchdown in this game. Probably one of the running backs, so I'll lean Jalen Warren or Najee. But I got a correct score of 17-13. That's my bet for this game. I'm not going to lie to you. This game, I took last Monday off for the series because I just didn't like anything. It's another situation where it's like I just truly don't think I like anything in this game. If there's any NBA jams, I'll for sure check out State on Sports. If I don't have an article out by tonight, I think everyone can understand that. I'm probably not going to take anything. But if I end up finding something, I'll at least for sure give it out to the people. I won't leave everyone hanging. We'll just say that. When it comes to this game tonight, I don't got to lean. If anything, maybe the under, just to be funny. But I got nothing for you in that game, man. I truly don't know. Lamar, when it comes to the Ravens, I'm tempted to take Keaton Mitchell or Gus Edwards to score. I like one of the running backs. They're both plus money. But 7.5 is just a little bit too much. But I think the Rams are liable to backdoor. That's the main reason I think there's too many points. I think the Ravens should probably they could probably win by 10 easily. But it's just the fact that, I don't know. Rams just make me nervous because of how good, they have two really good receivers and Matt Stafford who can sling it to anybody. And Kyron Williams is not bad at all. He's a pretty decent running back. So as long as they keep it, they have all the weapons they need to keep it close. It's just, will the defense do them the favor? We'll have to see. So I'm probably not going to take anything in the Ravens-Rams game. I do lean Ravens, though, and I lean Keaton Mitchell or Gus Edwards to score. I just don't know who I want to pick. So I'll probably take either one of those two. Carolina Panthers, Saints -5.5. I'm probably going to end up taking this. I just see the Saints defense smothering Bryce Young as the game goes on. I just don't think Bryce Young, I mean, he didn't do bad against the Bucs. I thought he played decently well, but it's just, the Panthers are a mess this year. They're pretty much playing for next year, it feels like. They're just trying to get as much experience under his belt as he can. I think this is a great learning year for Bryce, just to learn the chaos. Because I don't know, I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to get much more chaotic than it did this year with the Panthers with him. So hopefully, it's David Tepper is their owner, so anything can happen, obviously. But with the way, I think this is one of the most chaotic seasons Bryce Young's ever had. Hopefully it's Hopefully this will be like good learning experience for him, and he'll be able to take some things from going into the season. There's no props up, so I can't tell you anything, but I'm probably going to maybe take Kamara or Taysom Hill to score one of those two. And I like the Saints there. First bet, I will take Colts money line. They're -1.5 is +100, but I'm going to take the Colts here. I like the Colts to win this game. Against the Bengals, they've been hot. They're holding one of the last playoff spots. I told you last week, if they scored 24 points, I'd feel great about them winning. I didn't know they also gave up about 31 of them things, too. That was a really fun game against the Titans. It was a lot closer than I thought it would be. At the end, especially. I thought the Colts maybe be able to pull away, but they kept that. Titans kept fighting, man. I give them mad props. Oh, yeah, I like the Colts money line. I think a lot of people are going to be on the Bengals here, especially after the big win they had against the Jaguars on Monday night. So this could be, I'm not going to say a letdown spot, obviously, because it's the professionals, but this is a spot. This might be like a slightly, obviously the Colts are good, so there might not even be an overlook spot, but this is a spot where I think a lot of people are going to be on the Bengals after what they saw the Bengals did to the Jaguars. They'll be like, oh, the Jaguars swept the Colts. The Colts won't be able to do too much, and then I think that's a spot where the Colts can potentially steal a game, so I do like that. Jaguars +3 against the Browns. CJ Beathard's going to be playing, and he's going to be playing injured as well, so I do lean Browns -3. If I can get this at 2.5, I would love it. We'll see. I'll put a question mark by this game, though, but the fact that CJ Beathard is playing with a hurt throwing shoulder and that he's going to play through it, like it's their backup quarterback's injured, and I mean the way the Jaguars defense has been playing, I'm probably going to end up taking Browns -3. I don't know. It feels like Jacksonville might have a little bit of a 2-3 week slide while Trevor Lawrence is hurt, while they're just kind of like trying to put out all the fires and everything. There's a lot of tough games this week. I'm not gonna lie. Another tough game. Falcons-Bucks. Falcons -1.5. I lean Falcons here. This might be a good live bet. This might be a good live bet game after you get a feel of both sides. I think these are potentially two pretty well evenly matched up teams. I think all of the talent that Atlanta has offensively might outdo the Bucks defense just slightly, but I mean the Bucks have really talented dudes like Vita Vea, Antoine Winfield. This is gonna be a really good divisional battle too, as well. That's another thing. It's a divisional battle, so it's gonna be potentially a really close game. I lean the Falcons because if you get them under 1.5, 2.5, that means Younghoe Koo has a chance to come out and kick a game-winning field goal, and that's always something that I look forward to when it comes to the Falcons. So I'm gonna be watching this game very closely, very intrigued on this one. Detroit Lions, Bears. I lean Lions -3. I mean, that feels like you should take it, right? But like I said, there might be some bad weather I heard in there. The Lions themselves as well. They've been struggling a little bit. Not too good of a. I'm not gonna say not too good of a season. They've had a great season so far. They've just had a little bit of a slide as of late, where they haven't been playing their best football. They still won against the Saints last week, but they went up 21-0 and ended up becoming a way closer game. That defense is really starting to become more each week as the weeks go on. The defense becomes more and more of an issue potentially. So. I don't know. The more I've seen this Lions defense now, the more it just makes me frightened, depending on who they match up against. Because, I mean, we saw with the Bears last week. I mean, before Thanksgiving, the Bears almost beat them. They were up 14 late in the fourth quarter, so I'm going to probably end up staying away from this. I'm going to be very intrigued, though. Texans-Jets. I do lean Texans, but -3.5 on the road, I'm good. Zach Wilson is starting again. If Tim Boyle was starting, I would 100% be on the Texans easily, but Jets defense is still good. Even with all the BS they're going through, they're still good. It's just, the 3.5. Slightly too big of a number. I have love I've been seeing from CJ Stroud, though. I am very excited to see how this rest of this game goes. Nico Collins, +150 to score. I'm either going to lean Nico Collins or Noah Brown. Noah Brown's +310. I just feel like he's going to be taking a step up with Tank Dell gone, and I think that there's a chance that, somebody, I think Exotic's going to score this weekend for the Texans. So it's not like your Nico Collins and your Damon Pierce, Devin Singletary. I'm thinking like Dalton Schultz, +310. Noah Brown, +310. Robert Woods, +650. Like, somebody like that is for sure getting a touchdown this week for the Texans. I just don't know who it's going to be, so I'm going to have to hopefully figure it out longer after I look. So, no bet there. Raiders +3. I will take this game. By the way, 49ers -10.5. That's way too big. I'm going to take Christian McCaffrey to potentially score a touchdown. Maybe take DK to score a touchdown, potentially. I don't think he's on an NBA Jam, but for sure going to take Christian McCaffrey, have a little bit of fun with this game. Maybe Christian McCaffrey score, DK to score, and then San Francisco to win, something like that. Maybe a small little three-legger. But yeah, 10.5 is just way too big, and even though they probably should cover it, I just don't want. It's one of those numbers that they probably will cover. It's just a little slightly too big for me to take, and it's a division game as well. Seahawks might show up this time, maybe, but I don't know. Like I said, the Raiders plus 3.5, I do want that one against the Vikings, especially because it's in a field goal. If I can get it's only 3. If I can get 3.5, I would love it. But I don't know if I will. The Raiders they've been playing a lot better under Antonio Pierce. The Vikings, meanwhile, they were coming off a bye after a game where they had Josh Jacobs had 4 interceptions. They're still trying to figure out their quarterback position. I think that game against the Bears kind of just, I don't want to say killed the Viking season, but that was a huge deflation to the sails. If they were able to win that game going into the bye, it felt like the Vikings were on top of the world, able to do some stuff. But losing to the Bears, it just feels like that's one of those, like, oh, damn. I mean, it's not even the way they lost. It's the way they lost, too. It's not only that they lost to the Bears, it's the way they lost to the Bears. 4 turnovers. I mean, the Bears were trying their hardest pretty much to give the game away with field goals and doing that, and I mean, they just couldn't get it done. So I'm going to be on the Raiders here at home, defending home. Really like that. Another one I'm tempted to take, Broncos plus 2.5. I'm probably going to take Cortland Sutton to score again because he scores every week, it feels like. Broncos plus 2.5, though, for sure on this because of... I'm not betting the Chargers. I'm going to try to almost fade the Chargers every chance we can. Last week, they win 6-0 against the Patriots. If they play like that... I know the weather was really bad, don't get me wrong. But... the Broncos defense has been doing really good at forcing turnovers. I think this Chargers team is liable to get a turnover or two here and there. They have been playing a little bit sloppier lately because it feels like they're playing with more urgency, I will admit, but their urgency is also like with a little bit of slight carelessness. So they're playing uber aggressive, uber urgent, but they also have a slight bit of carelessness in there, and it's been rough, man. This has been an entry Chargers year. It feels like Staley's gone at the end of the year as well. I don't know how he comes back after the season they've had so far, unless they make a Super Bowl run. But yeah, I'm going to be on the Broncos, who with Sean Payton have been hot, been playing really well as of late. So that's a team I want to take. Chiefs Bills, Chiefs minus 1.5 at home. I'm probably going to take the Chiefs because they're at home in Arrowhead. I don't know if I'll place a bet though. We'll see. They should beat the Bills, I would think, but it's one of those games where. With how shaky the Chiefs have been, it's been them losing to the Packers on Monday night. Really, it's like, oh, damn. If they can lose to the Packers on Monday night, they can 100% lose to the Bills. But I know it's in Arrowhead. Being in Arrowhead is the big thing that makes me kind of want to lean them, but we'll hold off. Sunday Night Football. Going to be a great one. Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys. Give me Eagles to score a touchdown. We got 3 NBA jams in this game, actually. We have Jalen Hurts rushing touchdowns, which I believe has hit almost 5-6 games in a row now. So we got Jalen Hurts rushing touchdowns to worry about. CeeDee Lamb anytime touchdown. He has hit in a few games in a row. I believe it's 3 or 4 now. And then Brandon Cooks receiving over about 38 to 40 yards. That's as well hit 3 games in a row. So those are 3 NBA jams I know off the top of my head. Boom, right away in this game. They're still alive and going well. So those are 3 things I'm going to be probably taking as well because, hey, ride it while it's hot. So yeah, Eagles plus 3.5 as well as the main bet. But NBA jams, Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown, CeeDee Lamb anytime touchdown, Brandon Cooks receiving touchdown. And then we got a doubleheader on Monday night. Dolphins minus 13.5, way too big. Giants 6.5-point dogs to the Packers. Another line that's potentially way too big. I will probably be taking Tyreek Hill score a touchdown. He's over minus 200. I will most likely be taking his receiving over. His receiving over is at 109. I told you he needs about 103 a game to break the record. It felt like last week he got 157 receiving. This feels like another week where he can take a chance to maybe, get. What are we thinking? What do we think he gets this game? Does he get another 150? Does he get 200? I think he's gonna have a really big game regardless this game because he's that. I think each game that gets closer and closer to 2,000, Tyreek Hill's like, oh, okay, yeah, and they're just slowly getting there and getting there and getting there. And there's a few. It really matters, man, because it really truly matters to him because if he does that he could potentially win an MVP for sure, probably Offensive Player of the Year, but he has a chance to really win a potential MVP, like I said. And then playoff-wise, real quick, just to talk about the playoffs in the middle of the bets. Dolphins 1 seed, Ravens 2 seed. That's going to be a big game this week if one of those teams falter a little bit. 3-4 are Chiefs, Jaguars. Then 5-6-7 are Steelers, Browns, Colts, all the same record. Texans right at their heels. And then 6-6, 6-6, 6-6 are the Bills, Bengals, Broncos, respectively. NFC-wise, Eagles at 1, 10-2. 49ers and Lions right behind them at 9-3 now. That lost to the Eagles left some room open for some teams to do a 1 seed. And the 4 seed is the Falcons. Hey, the 6-6 Atlanta Falcons. Wild cards, 9-3 Cowboys, 6-6 Vikings, 6-6 Packers. Seahawks and the Rams are 6-6 as well. And then there's 5-7 Bucks and Saints who are right there as well. Yeah, man, it's going to be an exciting weekend, fun weekend of NFL action. Going to be an exciting weekend of college basketball. Or probably will be. I don't know what games are on, but I meant to say college football, but there's no college football either. It'll be a fun weekend in NFL. There's going to be, obviously, basketball going on. Hopefully my boy will be able to come on tomorrow, Saturday, talk about it a little bit. Planned on to do Wednesday, but another part of the reason I was frustrated, there's absolute chaos just the last, 48 hours for me. So it's been crazy, boys. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate the support. This episode, I'm assuming it's not the longest it has been as others. I truly apologize for that. This morning's been an absolute mess. I planned for it to be a lot smoother than it was. I just promise you that next week's shows are going to be really good. If it felt like, for sure, next Thursday as well, it's going to be top tier, top notch. I really do apologize for how messy it was this Thursday. I was flustered the first 20 minutes. It took me a little bit to roll into it and get into a mode. So that's on me. I need to be a better host and, not let little things bother me. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the support. I really do appreciate it. I'll be appearing on Captain by Hook tomorrow to go over all these plays along with some other cool stuff potentially. So yeah, appreciate it all for watching. I appreciate all the support, and I will see everybody back in this feed potentially this weekend for a little bit of hoop action.